Hi, I'm Terry Arnold. You might be wondering, why am I sitting out in my garage when I want to talk to you about lymphedema? Well, because sometimes what I think about lymphedema is how many tools you have in the toolbox to help you battle it. So I was thinking about these tools. Even this little mini trampoline sitting next to me is something I use to help maintain my constant battle with lymphedema. So again, I want to talk about this because I am someone who had an unusual experience that when I got breast cancer, I actually presented with lymphedema. My arm started swelling a couple days before the breast swelled, and I had to change it. So by the time I started treatment, I already had full-blown lymphedema. They were so focused on trying to save my life. Lymphedema really wasn't part of the concern at the time, and I understand why. But now, when I look back, in some ways, cancer is almost a blip on the radar screen compared to what I've had to deal with for the last 15 years. So I want to talk to you a few minutes about it. I made a website on the IBC Network website. I made a page on the website, I should say, where I chronologued all of these pictures and things I was taking as I went through this. I had no idea I'd be dealing with it 15 years later. I didn't realize what I was collecting, but I thought, you know what, this could maybe be helpful for someone. And also, I don't think people really explain lymphedema to you. I remember hearing, oh, surgery makes it happen, radiation makes it happen. Well, I've learned a lot. There's a lot of factors in this. What your lymphatic system is a little channel through your body that doesn't work like your heart with your blood vessels where there's a pump. It's off movement and pressure and motion to make that flow. And what it is, it's like a waste system. And it's very delicate. Each strand of the tubes are about like a strand of hair. So it's quite delicate. Now, so when you're just sitting writing a letter, crocheting anything, you're doing something that makes the muscles be warm, and your body sends fluid to cool those muscles, and it tries to go back up into the system. But the problem is, here's the problem, as we say at my house, here's the thing. Chemotherapy damages the lymphatic system. Now, I'm not telling you don't get chemotherapy, but the thing is, it does damage. This system doesn't have a pump, and there's a thin muscle on the outside of that wall. And what that thin muscle, for lack of a better way to explain it to you, and I'm sorry, this isn't very scientific, it's more like a barrier wall. It kind of keeps the edges there. Well, chemotherapy eats into that muscle, and that channel gets weepy. It's like a straw with a whole bunch of holes in it, and that fluid can leak out and cause a limb to swell. And that's why I always get a little frustrated when somebody says, well, you know, I maintain my lymphedema with massage and garments. Well, good for you if it works. But think about it. If you've got a road that's closed, a garment massage isn't going to help. Yeah, traffic's going to ease up if there's a traffic jam. It's going to move. But for some of us, it's more like a road that's closed. What happens is that fluid gets trapped, continues to get trapped, becomes its own worst enemy. It gets kind of plasticky and solidified, and it makes a blockage. So I had the blockage, transfers or bypass surgeries, things like that. It helped a lot, but it wasn't enough because I had significant lymphedema for a very long time. I was up to what they called a class 4. My arm was almost double in size. It was really bad. So then as time went on, there was more things available to me that we tried. And then my most recent thing was a nodal transfer. They took nodes from my neck, and I've got pictures on the website showing you. They put them under my forearm, and it really helped. So people ask me, why do you wear a sleeve? And by the way, this is my favorite because my forearm is the worst, and not having something cut off here is best for me. It's because my arm is so damaged, it will swell to the size of whatever it can. So I've got to keep compression on that to keep that fluid from collecting. That doesn't mean things didn't work. It's just part of what I have to do for my life. So when you look at these pictures, you're going to see really good clear-cut pictures by researchers of what the lymphatic looks like, what it looks like when it escapes the system, and why maybe just wearing a compression garment isn't going to be enough, and why you might need to have a surgery or have a new channel made, or sometimes you can even create new channels with massage. But the thing is, I want people to understand more about lymphedema. I feel like it's a little bit of what I call the red-headed stepchild of the breast cancer world. Nobody really wants to talk about it. There's not a fast, easy cure for it. And as they say, sometimes there's nothing sexy about it. And so, but we need to find out how to talk about this. We need to help people live their lives better, more comfortably. And it's not just a cosmetic issue. It becomes a quality of life issue. First of all, this can get dangerous. It can get highly infected and can be quite dangerous. But also, you know, when your arm is double the other size of your arm, it's hard to dress. It hurts. It's hard to lift. It's hard to open jars. It's hard to do things. So I want people to have a good quality life. I want them to understand lymphedema. I want them to seek care. And if they get care that seems some standard or not good answers, let's push to get higher standards developed. Look at the website, or should I say web page on the website. And if you've got questions, please send me them. I would love to take your questions forward and talk about this more, because I know together we can learn more about this and we can do something about it. And I'd love to hear from you. Hope always.